Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so it's Tracy Newman from the Navigators Tarot on Facebook and at the Navigators Tarot on Instagram, where I do lives once a week on a Thursday night. You can always join me there, and you can find me on YouTube as Sleepy Wisdom, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find me at my website, which is sleepywisdom.com. Beautiful, beautiful day here. I thought I'd come out into the very bottom of my garden here. It's really lovely, and you know what, this is the first time the sun it's just gone just behind a cloud just now, but it has been shining beautifully through my trees this morning. Okay, let's look at the masculine energies for this week. The masculine is also being prepared. He's going through a death process as well as the feminine, moving out of these 3D intellectual type energies. The patriarchal system, the old inverted, distorted masculine is now being removed, and the newer energies of the divine is coming through his as he clears the old and clears out those distortions. The new divinity and the new divine masculine is coming through. Yeah, fantastic energies. Geez, I tell you, the masculine has really been moving forward. I would even say at this point in time that the masculine may even begin to take over from the divine feminine as the leader. You know, because the feminine has had to now go within and really remove the very last parts of that darkness that resides within, and going through a great deal of having to rely on faith and trust and love. The masculine too is now moving into the same kind of energies. There's a real balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine at this time on this earth plane. So, it's really interesting. Once upon a time, for the masculine, the 3D world held all of the possibilities of all that he ever really wanted, which was, you know, he could fame, money, wealth, whatever he wanted, fast cars, lots of hot girls, you know the thing, how it goes, you know. But now, the divine masculine, that was when he was in these distorted energies. But now, the divine masculine is shunning the 3D world, because he's actually realized that the 3D world could not provide him with what he needed most, was spiritual connection through the heart center, a connection between body, mind and soul, which he couldn't ever find before until now, till these energies have kicked in. And, you know, he's realized that those inversions and reversals of the original divine blueprint of the masculine have kept him trapped in feelings of shame, and I would actually say, and this is what I'm getting, absolute horror for the way the divine masculine has been used by these darker entities and darker energies to subjugate not only the feminine in the form of earth and his divine counterpart, the feminine, on an outer level, but also his divine feminine on an inner level, divorcing him from his own divinity. And he's now coming into, usually I look at this and say, card of the player, this is Knight of Wands, but I feel like it's more about him wanting to charge forward into these newer energies. However, I would say right at this point in time, that there are foxes in the hen house. It's like the masculine must go through a few tests to prove his innocence, and to prove, not innocence, his innocence, but in a way to bring out the innocence more so, and also to recognize just how temptation has led him to the darker aspects of himself. And whereas once upon a time that was leading him to what he believed made him happy, he's now realizing it has kept him divorced from his own divinity. But the universe will put the masculine through tests to make sure that they remove any distraction that is going to keep them from their divine essence. So the universe does this so that the masculine, feminines also, the feminine energies also must go through these tests. And the masculine now is going through this test, which is about distraction. It's like, are you going to choose confusion and darkness, or are you going to choose the light and love, your divine counterpart, which is the divine feminine, which is your divinity and your connection to source and all that is? Or are you going to stay down in the 3D matrix world? And what the masculine is starting to realize is that there is a two-world split, and the masculine will have to decide which way do I go? Do I choose divinity and love, or distraction, demonic energy and lust? And that's the test that will be put before the divine masculine. The divine feminine has to go through her own tests and has been through a lot of similar tests over the years. Now the masculine's been fast-tracked through these energies, and everything is going to be placed before him. Interesting times ahead for the divine masculine. So, might just pull one more card for them, for the divine masculine energies. I keep getting that song in my head, that Tracy Chapman song, Fast Cars. It would appear though that we have the card of nostalgia and also the sun. So, you know, the masculine, I think, eventually will come through the tests and move into the greater aspect of himself and all that is in his relation to everything, to all that is, and to God, and to the masculine form of the Christos, and of the masculine, which is the Christos. So this is his journey to purity, and of course the road is paved with lots of sharp obstacles that can rip the masculine apart. However, it will be up to them what they decide. But the divine masculine energies are wanting to come into light and love, and I feel are going to pass the tests. Just as the feminines have had to go through this, so do the masculines. So good luck, masculines, in the time ahead, and many will fall, and but that's okay. You can just get up and get going again. But some may not ever, move into those new world energies. Okay, one more. 8 of Cups. So when the masculine comes across these tests, they are asked to go within and to go very, very deeply within. The feminine is now having to do the same thing. The masculines are doing so well, but these tests are really going to come in and really play havoc. So, they're going to wreak havoc if you let them. So if these tests come in and you decide, these distractions come in and you decide to, choose the darkness over light, then that will be your reality and your karma, I guess. But I feel like the masculines, as a general rule, are really, really, really doing the work, and they're doing an amazing job. Like I said, sometimes the masculine and feminine energies are a bit like this, and at the moment they are. We were coming into this balance, but right now, as the feminine seems to purge out all of this darkness, the masculines are now being asked to either step up. Are you going to step up, or are you going to remove yourself from the love and light team? It's interesting times we're living in. And of course, these are about energies within each and every single one of us. The feminine tests have been pretty full on, and again, it's still quite full on. And at the moment, we have got this split that's going on between the two world split. But we're really being asked now to, decide where you're going to go with those energies. Interesting times. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye for now.